My name is Solene and I'm a professional singer and violinist in many different styles, although I mainly concertize as a classical performer. In the clips that follow, please enjoy some of my most recent performances during my Princeton career. I am preparing to undertake a musical career full-time. However, before doing so, I think it's very important that I devote my time to create a work that reflects the kind of artist I want to become. One that does not divorce art from life. One that recognizes music's life-transforming potential and brings it to others. And one who realizes that art is not only relegated to a cultural elite, but speaks to everyone in a vital way. One of the reasons why I love performing is that I have always felt utterly at home in communicating with audiences. This is the reason why some of my most fulfilling concerts are those I give outside of a professional context for charities, such as Heritage Point, an assisted living community for the Jewish elderly and Holocaust survivors, and the Multi-Faith Alliance for Syrian Refugees, to name a few. I like to show others that music is a vehicle for recounting stories and for inspiring one of the noblest emotions, that of pity, more effectively than language. Inspired by these ideas and moving encounters with members of 3 families of Holocaust refugees who happen to be some of the greatest neglected composers of the century, Erich Wolfgang Korngold, Eric Seissel, and Mario Castelnuovo Tedesco, I would like to tell the stories of musical refugees who fled fascism in the late 30s and early 40s to settle in Southern California, my home state, where they were often unwelcome. In a world where fascist ideas and a lack of pity towards refugees still exist to this day, the stories of these men and their descendants needs to be shared so that we may learn. And similarly, their music which, by the way, influenced American music in general, and especially cinematic scores, deserves to be heard. Please listen to the following testimony by Barbara Zeisel-Schoenberg, a Holocaust remembrance activist, the daughter of Eric Zeisel, and the daughter-in-law of Arnold Schoenberg, perhaps the most influential composer of the 20th century.
I am the daughter of the Austrian-American composer Eric Zeisel, who was forced to flee his beloved native land on November 10th, 1938, the morning after Kristallnacht, the night of broken glass, and who was fortunate enough to gain entry to the United States in 1939, specifically to New York, where he remained for 2 years before moving to LA in 1942. Tragically, my father, who was 33 at the time of his uprooting, only lived 20 more years and died at 53 years of age in 1959. Zeisel wrote approximately 100 lieder, art songs, chamber music, 2 operas, 1 unfinished, and his most profound and important work, the Requiem Ebraico, 92nd Psalm, for orchestra and baritone, soprano and alto soloists, the very first Holocaust remembrance work, written in 1945 and dedicated to his parents and, quote, the countless victims of the tragedy in Europe, unquote. Although Zeisel's songs for soprano have been sung in concert by such remarkable sopranos as Renee Fleming and Enrico Raimondi, many of his songs have remained unpublished and unheard by audiences. Therefore, it is really thrilling for me that a young singer, Solene, who has such a beautiful soprano voice, I marveled when I heard her Queen of the Night, wishes to engage in a recording project of some of my father's art songs. And since she is also an accomplished violinist, some of my father's chamber music, such as the Menuhin song from his opera Hio, or his violin sonata, the Brandeis Sonata, for example. I would be thrilled if Solene could be an advocate for Zeisel's work and recognition, and hope she will be given your utmost consideration. Many, many thanks for your time.
Recording and exhuming the works of these composers for the first time would allow me to grow into the artist I envision for myself. A performer is merely an instrument of the greatness of others who have long passed, and it is his or her obligation to bring their thoughts and feelings to the present in order to nurture others. I would be incredibly grateful for your support in allowing me to work with these survivor families, release an internationally distributed recording of their memories through music to the general public, and bring these stories to the present day, where they are especially relevant. Thank you.